But anyways, let's get into it. I got a batch and a half of articles for you. That's just my standing on the soapbox moment for today. Please stop doing that. You said put them on Fraud Watch. You said asking too much. Today starts the Summer Games Fest. For those unaware, today was more of a nerdy kind of day. The press conference that happened today.
It's rough out here. So you are
shout out to MC shout out to MC River with the sub, appreciate it. What was I about to say? Today the Summer Games Fest started today. It was kind of nerdy today. The big press conference was for Unreal. For those unaware, Unreal is an engine that's been around since mid to late 90s. They came into prominence with the game Unreal.
This money will
Unreal
go
Tournament took it to another level. Then Gears of War took it to another level. Nowadays they're known for Fortnite.
Taco Fall Black or just Blake Griffin Black.
Yo, shout out to Fernando with the sub, appreciate it. With the super chat, my bad. Came from the Twitch chat, just say YouTube chat, please give yourselves a 6,000. Damn, this nigga donated to say give yourself a 6,000. Hey, why your mods give me a 600 yesterday? All I said was aim for the arms. Niggas can't say shit. They probably gave you a 600 because there was a message pinned to the top that said, please stop backseating. So you deserved it. You didn't listen. Like when I'm playing Expedition 33, niggas be mad backseating. Like I had just got into the fight. Matter of fact, it was probably you. I just got into the fight. I bodied the enemy and niggas is like, yo, hit the weak point. I clearly didn't need to. I won. Like, stop trying to tell me how to play the game. But yeah, the message be pinned to the top. It's because you don't be listening. Like, it's let me struggle if I'm struggling. But in the case of Expedition 33, I'm not gonna lie, the backseating is kind of weird because I haven't been struggling at all. I mean, at fucking all. And niggas is still trying to tell me how to play the game. So, I mean, that's on you. You all right because you lived. Well, you didn't get banned or nothing like that. Just read the fucking message, dog. You be all right. That nigga held that shit in. That nigga, read, chat, read. Oh, shit. Anyways, the Unreal press conference happened today. The state of the Unreal just ended. The audience got a glimpse of the cutting edge technologies. Let's talk about what was announced. We're battle testing and releasing to help devs and creators build awesome experiences. Oh my God, we got another one.
I'm thankful for your super chat, but this won't be enough to fund the purchase of the electric BBC I planned to troll Black.
Yo,
Mask
shout out to
with.
Just the Dolph with the $10 super chat. He said, just from the YouTube chat, chill. It's not all of us. I know, Just Dolph. You're one of the good ones, okay? You're one of the good. The show kicked off with a technical demo we've all been working on with the CD Projekt Red. Not The Witcher 4 itself, but a showcase of some of the cutting edge tech powering the new Witcher saga. I know it's not all, y'all. I just had to say this because I'm not gonna lie. I know we talking about the Unreal stuff, but going back, and I'm gonna leave it after this. I'm gonna leave it alone. In regards to the ball stuff, I'm not saying that it won't work. I'm just saying there's a high probability it won't. And you're most likely to get smacked in your fucking mouth referring to a woman as a fucking ball. Like, that's just don't do that. Y'all gotta realize that this internet stuff, I don't know why it's entertainment, but it's entertainment and nothing else. That's not real life. Just trying to help y'all out. We also revealed the latest on Unreal Engine 5.6, including a major performance upgrade to empower teams to build large-scale open worlds that, just like this tech demo, run smoothly on current gen hardware. The woke engine. So they showed off on The Witcher 4 in the tech demo. I think there's a video for it. The tech demo follows Ciri, a professional monster slayer that they called woke. The people who didn't play Witcher 3, surprised that she's taking the helm. They're calling the game woke. Let's check out the demo and see what they're talking about. This had the internet going crazy this morning, but I didn't watch it. So let's see what's in it. Big 4K. Damn, this shit 14 minutes, goddamn. Hey, hold on. Let me see if I can find a condensed version. There's no way this is a 14-minute demo. Witcher 4. That's got to be like yapping and shit like that. Yeah, this is it. 2 minutes. It's probably fucking 10 minutes of yapping. Let's see. All right, that's what we looking for.
Sleep, is he?
Is them explaining the tech?
Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract. With Virna Tyro! Oi! The devil's out there!
I wish they would upload a Discord. Shout out the World Runner with the sub. 14 minutes is all gameplay. This is just a cinematic. All right. All right, we're putting it on 1.5 because I thought this was going to be like 5 minutes. I'm going to put it on 1.5. We'll check it out then. Or 1.25 because 1.5 sometimes is a little too fast. Because I do want to see. I believe they said this is just a tech demo. This is not in-engine gameplay. Just to give you an idea of what they're shooting for. I saw an article about that, so take this with a grain of salt because this is all subject to change. Yeah, this is the cutscene. It's because we already saw some of this. Let's keep it moving forward. Tech demo, we not seeing it for another 6 years, probably. Shit, we might not see any of this in the game.
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
We streaming the BET Awards. I am not streaming the BET Awards, but the stream is sponsored for the next week by BET. So shout out to them for cutting the check. I mean, I don't really have to talk about it. You see the ad on the stream, they cut the check. So yes, that banner will be on the screen for a while, but that's all. That's the stipulations of it. But I ain't watching it.
Why spend $5 on a sub to this stream? In Gotham, your $5 could get you a 4,000 square.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that shit was on the screen. They cut the check. I'm always honest about what's going on.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine
I just started
and
Ab.
so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kitek from CD Projekt Red. We have a
What
lot
up,
to talk
Alex?
about. Hey, guys.
Hey. Thank you, Wyatt.
Hey, can I just say, shout out to the devs. I feel like over the last 5 years, they starting to dress better. It's nothing crazy, but to be honest, as a developer presenting on stage, you don't gotta do nothing crazy. They looking better out here. They are looking better out here.
Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone.
It's less jeans and blazers.
Up. To do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open world games are all about art and technology coming together.
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Born ready. Kitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
How many games will be on the Unreal Engine by 2033?
This is a technological
Pretty much every
showcase
damn
set in
game
the
is running
world
on it
of The
these
Witcher
days.
4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher.
I already like the art direction. Like, it's very vibrant. I like that. Less gray games.
She explores the world.
But the fact they said that this, I'm not gonna lie, take this with a grain of salt, chat. This is a tech demo. They said it's running on the base PS5 at 60 FPS, but keep in mind, there are no explosions. I doubt we're gonna see any type of explosions or crazy action. I'm gonna go ahead and take an educated guess. I haven't watched this already. It's mostly just gonna be walking through the environment. And if that's the case, when the base game comes out, don't be surprised if the graphics are downgraded a little bit. Take this with a grain of salt.
And hands down most of the point. The region we are in is called
Shout out to
Kovia,
Robbie with the sub.
and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby
If
village.
anything, this is probably what the PC version will look like. Maybe
All right,
even
everyone,
PS5 Pro.
meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're
But what I will say though is, because this is gorgeous.
Thanks for the follow. To celebrate a young N7,
Shout out to
we'll be
whoever
getting
just
a thick of
followed.
sorry to swallow.
What I will say is, isn't it amazing to witness what's possible when developers don't have to make the game for the PS4?
gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural.
We could have had
and
this
just
years
fun.
ago.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver, and these machine-learned deformations.
Should've known the
So you've got
slander was
realistic
coming.
muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Realistic muscle movements. Wow. Imagine what this could do for 2K.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world.
Hey, that caping though.
So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic.
That's gorgeous.
Especially Kovir with its
Keep in
dense
mind,
forests
this is
and
all
wild nature.
compressed too on
Yeah, and
YouTube. It
wild
looks better
nature
on the
is hard.
screen.
And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage.
What does that mean?
And in order to achieve
Niggas is such frauds. They said, we're excited to announce a new feature called nanite foliage. The chat said, woo! Not the chat, but the crowd said, woo! You niggas don't even know what that fucking means. You don't even know what you're clapping for, you fucking dweebs.
gorgeous
Like,
foliage density everywhere,
Let him
while still
explain
being
it.
memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
now, I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
I appreciate the super chat, twin. I guess dropping a super bag on a super nigga like me would be super
Shout out to,
appropriate for a time like this.
Shout out to It's JFE with the $5 super chat, but he said, but you know, PS4 niggas still gonna ask, is this coming to PS4? And I'm glad you brought that up with the super chat. Did you hear what the dev just said? He said, we feel like artists, aka developers, shouldn't be held back. AKA, this is not coming to the PS4. That has long been my argument. You can't say I'm not upgrading to the new console because I can't see a difference. You don't see it for the millionth fucking time. You don't see much of a difference between this generation of games and the last because the devs are stuck making games for you broke ass niggas. These developers are artists who are being asked to create a vibrant, beautiful picture, but all they have is a regular piece of paper and a pencil. Nigga, we don't have any paint. Do me a favor. If you are living with somebody who has a PS4, when they are asleep, throw that bitch out the window. That'll free up their time to get a fucking job. Them niggas gonna wake up and say, I gotta get a job? What? Yeah, nigga.
And the old LOD tricks of the past,
That's how
they needed a
technology
complete
works.
rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel
Break the cycle.
representation.
Shout out to Euromechi and Wired Soul with the sub. Appreciate it.
Super fast.
You heard it from the developer's mouth, not mine.
Retwist for
Which,
my
at a
locks.
distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means.
Hold
how
on, lock that
ambitious
shit
we
in the
are
safe.
when it
Retro
comes to
gaming is
bringing our
expensive.
vision.
Yeah, you're right. Hide it. Put it like in storage or something. Don't throw away your PS4. It might be worth something one day, but right now it's just not. You got to give it 20 years.
Live
He's
with
right.
incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic,
Are there any
we
sports
created
games that run on
faster
Unreal?
ways around the world.
Not to my
We
knowledge,
can now
not
bring in
currently.
More content, more
What up,
quickly
Camby?
for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
Yes, Rematch does. Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know. Rematch does the new soccer game that's about to come out this month. I was unaware of that. And people are loving that
Welcome
game
to
from my
Valgrest.
understanding.
So Valgrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here.
These graphics engines are only going to increase the cost of development even more. Not true. Unreal Engine is free. Shout out to Unreal. Not true. Not true. If anything, Unreal, that's the reason why so many game studios are switching to the Unreal. Even Halo, they announced like 2-3 months ago, they're switching to the Unreal Engine 5. It's free. If anything, they've changed the business model. It's easier than ever to get into game development. Hop on YouTube University if you want to learn how to do this stuff, and you can download the Unreal Engine. It's literally a tab in on the Unreal launcher. So nah. What about Unity? Unity used to be free, then they try to charge people for it. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
I'm so excited we can.
Yeah, you spend less money on the development, more on training. Now AAA maybe if you're hiring more people, but like indie development, they've made it cheaper.
For the furry rascal will often wait, and the bear's weight grants good fortune.
Their pricing model is great because yeah, like Unreal only charges you if you make X amount of dollars, and like somebody said in the chat, you have to make a shit ton of money, so it's gonna be free for most people. I said TVH, go back. What I miss? My fault.
Not even at the land exit or bear.
The bear. Help the bear.
For the furry rascal will often wait, and the bear's weight grants good fortune.
Matter of fact, I got a new theory. Maybe that's why that dude on Twitter said that Unreal Engine 5 is woke. Because from my understanding, it's the only AAA engine on the market that's readily...
shit. Someone just resubbed.
Shout out to Spaghettification with the sub. It's the only AAA engine on the market that's readily available to everybody, meaning that they've democratized game development.
Your super chat is deeply appreciated. This money will go towards a 23andMe kit. I know I'm black, but I need a DNA test to reveal if I'm Taco Fall black or just Blake Griffin black.
Shout out to Hey Man Grams with the gifted sub, and shout out to JFE with the super chat. He said PS4 niggas gonna get a PS5 when we get PS6, then they gonna be yeah. Let's not speak that into existence. I appreciate the super chat. But going back to what I was saying, maybe that's the reason why some people refer to Unreal Engine 5 as the woke engine, because it's the only AAA development engine on the market readily available to people anybody on the street who wants to make their own game. And you know, anytime you make a powerful service or tool easily accessible, even for poorer people, a lot of times that's considered woke. So ladies and gentlemen, just a theory, is the Unreal Engine 5 the EBT of video game engines? Wow. Imagine being a grifter on YouTube. That just gave him like I got an idea for a fucking video. Unreal Engine 5 is for fucking blacks. Niggas is weird. Eat a dick.
Guys,
how dare you give to the Section 8 engine? That's fucking funny.
Actions directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
The Section 8 engine is great.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what
he
happens.
threw my man's right there. That's funny. Yeah, this makes me think we're still a ways out from The Witcher 4. This motherfucker just walking around. They ain't got nothing going on. They just crafted cities and walking.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series questions on. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. One using my wagons.
Be wrong. I'm thankful for your super chat, but this won't be enough to fund the purchase of the electric BBC.
Shout out to something racist with the super chat. He says using Unreal Engine 5 as a form of a leftist protest is woke. It's fucking woke, bro. You're fighting the system.
I found them. And,
Unreal welfare.
They'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you.
What up, Dune?
No. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men, quite the opposite.
Yeah, this is just a vertical slice of the game. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt because it's just walking around some voice lines. Like, you got to see how it actually runs in action because Unreal Engine 5 has been notorious for being unoptimized. So, like, I got to see some explosions or, like, some shooting some shit or something. Like, that's what I want to see, how it runs. I have a hard time believing that this graphic fidelity... I have a hard time believing this graphical fidelity is running this smoothly with a bunch of action going on in the background on a base PS5. And if it is possible, because I'm not saying it isn't, if they do manage to pull this off, it's only gonna further push my agenda of my hatred of PS4 niggas. Like, we could have been eating good, but you guys held us back. Because you needed the boat, the 2K
While
boat.
Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catfishes. We'll find none fresher.
We're gonna be ladies after one of those.
Get this cleaned and
As they should, Anthony, as they should.
Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod or Brexit pilots.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart Objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
Authenticity?
But the prisoner in Pillar isn't exciting enough for Wild West. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
Part of partnership with Unreal is CD Projekt Red is helping Epic improve performance for open world games. Yeah, that's something they do really need to clean up. I would hate to see the next Halo come out and it just runs like complete dog shit because they switched to Unreal, especially because Halo needs a W.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
Falling through the map and shit.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new
It's
Unreal
over for Halo,
animation
not gonna
framework,
lie.
allowing us to fit easily.
I liked Halo Infinite's gameplay. Like, the multiplayer was fun. It just really lacked content. And the thing is, like, once you fuck up at launch, it's hard to bring people back. But I felt like there was a good foundation there. They also fucked up with the story, too. I didn't think it was particularly interesting. But the multiplayer had a chance to do something, but they fucked it up. They didn't have the right amount of content.
In our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents, all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
One final check-in.
We are making this
also,
game
it's hard to say that it's over for Halo when I was gonna say Portal. When fucking Splitgate 2 is doing pretty decent. People really like Splitgate's gameplay. So I think there's still a craving for that Halo style gunplay. It's just somebody needs to put a package together that's compelling enough to go mainstream, I think.
Most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans.
No, I'm not streaming the BET
The first
Awards.
look at La Nexe.
Onward, Kelly. With what?
There it is. It looks good, but we gotta see some gameplay, man. We gotta see some. It's a cool start, but we gotta see some more. 343's incompetence didn't know what to do with Halo. 343 Industries is the definition of a fucking DEI hire, bro. If 343 Industries was a studio that comprised of mostly black women and gay people, they would have fried fucking Halo to hell and back. The last 3 Halos, bro. But since it's your typical studio, like 343 Industries should have never been given Halo. They are a bunch of DEI hires. That studio sucks. And that's another reason why, kind of to what you were saying, I think the next Halo has a chance, but I think they're fried for the simple fact when they announced they were working on a new Halo, it wasn't a new studio working on it. Like Microsoft, I don't know why Microsoft keeps giving it to 343. For those unaware, the new Halo is still being made by 343 Industries, but they changed their name to Halo Studios. But it's the same exact team. I think they're trying to get away from that negative connotation behind 343's name. So, like, once again, like me and you, if we would have got hired at a job and we did a horrible job, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row, we would have got fired. These motherfuckers have put out like 3, 4 Halo games, and they've all been basura. The best one is probably Halo 4, and even that one was mid. And they keep getting hired. They are to me, 343 Industries is the ultimate DEI hire of the gaming industry, bro. I don't know how the fuck they keep getting hired. White privilege to the max. Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct white privilege, bro. Shit is crazy. I miss those Hokage trolling days. Bet. Close your eyes, go to sleep, and dream about it, nigga. Let me know when you actually don't let me know. Just be quiet. So that's what I got for you with the Witcher stuff. Next, as Siri explores the we already been on this. What else did they announce? Unreal Engine 5.6. Guess what chat that was? Open world magic and engine first animation. Unreal Engine 5.6 is now available for download. Literally anybody can download that shit. This is what makes this shit great. That's what makes this shit great. Anybody can Matter of fact, if anybody is interested in game development, I'm gonna drop the link so you know where to download it. Don't act like I didn't put you on. You said YouTube chat not beating them allegations. You said there you go. Unreal Engine 5 highlights.
Hey everyone.
It's only 1 minute. We'll
Get
check it out.
ready to build bigger and create faster. Unreal Engine 5.6 is here. Create 60 FPS open worlds that run seamlessly on current generation hardware.
Real nerd shit.
Illuminate richly detailed environments with hardware ray tracing enhancements that boost lumen global illumination performance.
This nigga said, I'm leaving the YouTube chat. I'm going to Twitch. I can't take these allegations.
Faster for smoother loading of massive static worlds.
Oh my God.
Visually edit animations with an intuitive redesign of motion trails. Quickly and precisely fine-tune animation with revamped tween tools and a redesigned, optimized curve editor.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had this, because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a game developer. I wish I had these tools when I was a kid to just sit on a computer and be able to play with this shit to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to do. This stuff was just not available when I was a kid. So like, it's crazy. It's so many ways to get money. Like, get fucking inspired, bro. If you want to do something, you could do it. YouTube University. We didn't have this shit when I was a fuck. This shit is fucking free. The best thing we had when I was a kid, you either had to learn how to code from scratch or you had to use RPG Maker. Do y'all remember that shit? RPG Maker? I think they still make it. It's like on PC. RPG Maker will give you like free sprites and you could write your own story from it. But that shit was hot ass, dude. You could literally make anything you want. That shit is great. It's a blessing.
For unmatched realism in your character animation, check out the new physics control rig.
Stat is showing. I thought about downloading that one time. That RPG Maker
right
shit.
In Unreal Engine. With new features for authoring high-fidelity faces, bodies, and clothing.
You can make an authentic nigga.
We've redesigned the content browser for faster, smarter asset management workflows. Plus, get instant access to key tools right through the Viewport's toolbar. Preview PCG elements in real time using the new 3D viewport.
Download you some free assets, do so.
And enjoy smoother, more efficient GPU spawning at runtime. Discover more of what's new in Unreal Engine 5.6 on our website.
UnrealEngine.com if you want to check it out. What else they got? Anything? Got screenshots of what you can do? I gotta ask, like, how far before like because me personally, I'm more of like an art direction, art style type of person. I like vibrant games. Like, I don't like super hyper realistic games, because the thing is, like, when you focus on making a game hyper realistic, within 10 to 20 years, that game's gonna look ugly. Like, back in the day, I know it's hard for some of y'all to believe, but we really thought that like Lara Croft looked real. Like, damn, like, let me see, Lara Croft PS1. Like, we thought this shit was real, dude. He's like, damn, look at them blocky ass titties, bro. That shit look real, bro. It's hard for some people to believe, but this shit looked real to us. And the same applies to like every genre. So I think it's more important to be creative, because when you focus on being hyper realistic, you end up kind of dating yourself. But now them titties look like a cheese grater, bro. That shit is weird. Like, it cut your fucking eye out, like Alfie, or poke your eye out or some shit. She got them pointers, dude. Got them 50 cal nipples. I was playing LA Noire yesterday. The game was groundbreaking when it dropped, but now it looks so dated. See? So it's like, I feel like more developers should focus on making stylized games instead of, because like a game like Jet Set Radio that came out like what 99, 2000 on a Dreamcast. It still looks great now. It's all you had to do was up the res, but because it chose a vibrant art style, it stands the test of time. A lot of Nintendo games too. Unreal Editor. Let me turn my music on. For Fortnite, new IP, AI-powered developer assistant, and more. More AI? What? Since the launch of Unreal's editor for Fortnite just over 2 years ago, players have spent over, who cares? We continue to expand the tools and the IP that are available to creators, and starting June 17th, creators will be able to build Lego experiences brick by brick. Build this shit, nigga, brick by brick. Using the Lego Brick Editor. Exciting new IPs are also coming to the editor, with Squid Game slated for the 27th, followed by Avatar: The Last Airbender and the Star Wars IP. So they've made it, even with the Fortnite builder, they've made it even easier to streamline and create things that you want. For those that want the tools, that want to create something, what can you do with this stuff? I don't know. Is there actual video examples of what you can do with this stuff? Are they making like the Vader AI available to everybody? Nobody owned a Dreamcast back in the day. Not nobody, but not enough people owned it. That's why it failed. Dreamcast became kind of like a cult classic icon. I felt like I remember it when the Dreamcast, when Sega collapsed from making consoles, I felt like Dreamcast was finally starting to hit its stride, but it was too late. Sega had burnt so much money because Sega released like 5 consoles in the 90s, bro. It was like the Sega Genesis, the Sega Master System, all these goofy ass add-ons and shit. And they all failed besides the Genesis. So by the time Dreamcast came along, it needed to hit day one. And it had already been a year and it hadn't hit it. Like it was just starting to hit a stride, but it was too late. Sega fucked themselves over. Yeah, the Saturn was a fail too. The Dreamcast was a great console, but it was just too late.
Super chats are just a known form of glazing. That means for every donation TBH gets, I get the chance to glaze. I mean,
yo, shout out to
Sonic's dreamy green eyes.
Yeah, the Game Gear. The Game Gear was cool, but it required 8 batteries, so you had to be rich to play that shit. And the Game Boy only required 4. Shout out to Kane Snow with the super chat. He said, "You're right about art direction. Just look at the games like Mirror's Edge and Batman: Arkham Knight. They both use the Unreal Engine. Certain games just age better in terms of looks because of the style or whatever. Still got a collection of burned games allegedly. I'll never forgive my friend from back in the day. He had a copy. His dad had a copy of Bloody Roar 2, and I wanted it. And he told me his family had a CD burner, and I think I traded him like some Pokemon cards for it or something like that. That nigga never burned my disc, bro. He told me that you could run that disc on your PlayStation, which I don't even think is true. You talking about burned copies? That should actually work. Yo, shout out to
longer. For you to sub to TBH or for me to locate an Emerald Shard in Sonic Adventure 2?
Shout out to Ducksville with the sub. I never got that shit, bitch. Seeing Grass, man, this shit mad nerdy. I ain't gonna hold you. Reality Scan 2.0 new features and Reality Scan 2.0 is launching in the coming weeks, which will unify the desktop and mobile version. They have a mobile version under the Reality Scan name. It's packed with new features like AI-powered masking, smarter image alignment, and support for airborne laser scans. Airborne laser scans? Holy smokes! I don't know what any of this means. My dad used to get games burned for me at work. He must have had to have some type of add-on or something. If you want to get into this, I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah. Holy smokes. Has Apple ever come out with a game system? Maybe in the 90s? Nah, they never made a console. There's always been rumors that they've thought about it, but they never did it. I feel like if there was a tech company that could do it, it's them. But then on the flip side, I have to ask the question, do we really want Apple to make a console? Because to be honest, if we're looking at the data, Apple tends to create products that are very well optimized, but they don't have the latest specs. So they trade that off with the optimization. So are we really willing to I can see a world where Apple released a console kind of like the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is underpowered in comparison to the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, right? But the difference is because it's the Apple brand, they're going to charge $3,000 for it, and they're going to have maybe 1 or 2 exclusives. I don't think we want Apple to make a console because they're just going to charge out the woo-off for that shit. And then you add tariffs into place. That $2,000 console Apple drop will now turn into $200,000. Now nobody can afford it. So they have the money to do it. They have the power to do it, but the question is that a company we really want to do that? I don't think so. Has anyone tried gaming on the new Macs? I heard it's better. But Face ID to play games? No, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, 2 terabyte version for 9K? No, thank you. We got an update from yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream, I said I didn't think Sony was doing a press conference for Summer's Games Fest because nothing had been announced and everything else had been announced up until that point. But we have an update as of today, which is June 3rd. Tomorrow, June 4th, Sony confirms a state-of-the-play PlayStation showcase, and it'll be 40 minutes. In a PlayStation blog, Sony announced fans can get news and updates on must-play games coming to the PS5. The show highlights a selection of great games from creators across the globe. It'll be June 4th at 2 p.m. PST. So yeah, tomorrow there will be a stream for that. Will I stream it? I don't know. Depends on if I can get up like super early, hit the gym, and then if not, we'll go over all the announcements if I don't stream this one, because this wasn't part of the schedule originally planned. What are you linking? But yeah, no, there is going to be Sony news tomorrow. There will be Sony news tomorrow. Oh yeah, I got that already. I already got that, bro. I mean, I think I have it. Since you linked it though, I'll say it. So I saved this one, but I appreciate the link. For those unaware, red flag after red flag has come out for the GTA clone called Mind's Eye that is being developed by some people who formerly worked on GTA. Mind's Eye had some previews that came out last week, and everybody said this shit is ass. They all said that it was full of bugs, glitches. It's also not really open world. The gameplay is uninspired, boring, just all the things that you don't want to hear during a game preview from content creators, journalists that got to play it earlier. That was the first red flag. The second red flag is now the heads of the studio for Mind's Eye have left the studio 1 week before the game comes out. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go ahead and make a prediction here. Between all the preview shitting on the game and now the executives of the studio leaving before its release, this will probably be, I'm not saying it will be, but this will probably be one of the worst reviewed games of the year, DOA. It's probably going to be hot dog shit. If you have a pre-order, I'm not going to lie, you probably should cancel it and wait for the reviews to come out, because this is a giant red flag. You know what this says to me? Because I don't even need to read this article. You know what this says to me? This is, the ship is sinking. I'm going to take a step back before the ship actually sinks so I don't get blamed. And the funny thing about doing this is all you're doing is making the ship sink faster. You didn't think we was going to find out you quitting on a team? The presidents are quitting on the team before the game comes out? Nah, nigga, come back. Come get this L. That shit is ass. I also predict, because like I said, I feel like this day and age, it's very rare that a straight up I feel like the word mid and horrible and trash gets thrown around way too much. It's very rare these days that a game comes out and it's below a 6 out of 10, in my opinion. I be feeling like games that are a 6 or a 7, niggas be calling that shit trash instead of saying that it's not for you. Once you pass a certain threshold, it's at least a 6, in my opinion. This game might be the first one of the year that's like a 5 or below. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen, but these are some big red flags. Big red flags. Y'all remember the names? They're going to show up at another studio. Matter of fact, yeah, what is their names? The information was shared by Riley Gronberg, former chief legal officer, via the LinkedIn. In addition to Riley, Paul Bland, former chief, also departed the studio. So wait, company just wanted. So Riley and Paul Bland, we got to watch these. To make the situation even more controversial, both exits occurred 1 week after the studio's co-CEO, Mark Gerhard, these niggas got hard names to name, suggested that there's an active campaign against the game. That's right, he tried to say people were just trying to shit on the game. Like, no, your game is fucking ass, dude. Oh, new Sonic game? Hold on, I didn't know that was out. So yeah. We're going to be watching for these names, and if you guys start a new studio, just know we're going to be ready to hate. We're watching with vigilant eyes. I've been saying, learn these studios executives. No. Because this shit, at bare minimum, a big part of why a big project fails is the lack of leadership. Whether it's a film with a poor director and producers, or a video game whose studios heads, like their chief executives, are not there to properly support and provide direction. So a big part of why these games fail, sometimes the artist needs help, being pushed in the right direction, is their fault. And they're just trying to throw the people under the bus. Nah, you're getting thrown under the bus. Now, I just seen an article on the side. I didn't know, I missed this one. This must have just been announced. Yeah, this came out today. Sega unveils Sonic Blitz and leaks a reveal character list that smash ultimate levels of deep. What is Sonic Blitz? Sega has delivered on months of rumors and unveiled Sonic Blitz, which has been dubbed a lightning fast collectible card game. thought this was about to be Sonic Smash Bros. Never mind. I almost got excited for a second. That can be jumped into at any time. It's a mobile-only title developed by Rovio, the team behind Angry Birds. And it has just been soft launched in the Philippines for a technical test period. On social media, data miners have been getting their hands on the game, pulling out all kinds of character references from the files and revealing. Who cares, bruh? Card game. I don't play no damn Sonic card game. Get me out of here fast. Nah, Sonic Rumble's coming. That shit look ass too. Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Got some Mass Effect news. Amid the wait for Mass Effect 5, director seemingly confirms a returning feature. As fans wait for crumbs of news of Mass Effect 5, the game's director has suggested at least one small returning feature that will remain in the upcoming sequel. A small team at BioWare is now in the early stages of work for the next Mass Effect. I'd been said that I don't think this game is coming out anytime soon because they announced it years ago and we still haven't seen anything. Following, and especially after Dragon Age Veilguard, they're going to take their time. And the downsizing of the studio, which included layoffs. Mass Effect 5 was first announced years ago, and of course, an eye-catching trailer released back in December 2020. It's been 5 years. I'm not gonna lie. If BioWare does not knock it out of the park for Mass Effect 5, EA might give them the... Because remember, the report came out, the reason Cliffhanger Games under EA, the people that were working on the Black Panther game, the reason they got shut down is because the game had been in development in pre-production for 4 years and they had nothing to show. This game has been in development for 5 years and it's been in pre-production still. They still have nothing to show, which says to me the only thing that's holding BioWare together is their pedigree of their past games. But we all know EA likes to make a dollar. I'm just being 100% honest. I would hate for this to happen to BioWare because this is one of my favorite studios. But they got to get it together, bro. They got to get it together. But EA said gamers will buy whatever they put. Yeah, they better take their time with this shit, bro. How do you manage to do nothing for 4 years? I don't know, bro. This is the background, and then the fans plea for confirmation that Mass Effect 5 will once again feature the series' bombastic lens flares. And Mass Effect's director has sought to answer this plea on social media. Oh, the director said the game will be full of lens flares. This is not news. Who gives a fuck? I thought this was some real shit. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on fraud watch for this dumbass article. I apologize for wasting everybody's time. I thought that was something real. That's just proof I don't read these articles usually. Unless I say so, I don't read these articles beforehand. I read the headline and save it for the stream. The next Mass Effect can't be anything but outstanding. Anything but outstanding. Now that's facts. Splitgate 2 will exit its beta and get an official release on June 6th. And look, guys, look. Xbox One, PS4, y'all got something to play. Splitgate 2 will officially launch. Nobody's praying for EA's downfall harder than me. EA as a whole won't downfall. It'll be the individual studios that aren't producing large sums of money. But we just went over it yesterday. EA stocks are up because their sports games sell like crazy. Splitgate 2 will officially launch on June 6th. After what must have been a successful beta, it'll be available on a whole bunch of platforms, including PC via Epic and Steam, and of course PS5 for Xbox One, blah, 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 blah. I also read too, because I already read this one, they're basically hinting new content is coming. So, I mean, if you're on PS4 and you're looking for a game to play, I have been enjoying this on my PC. Very fast paced. If you never played it, it's free to play. Give it a try. I recommend it. Sup, TBH and chat managed to fuck up my thumb at work. Hopefully you feel better. Put some ice on that shit, my boy. They definitely I need to hit my quota article from the journals. Yeah, that was I need to hit my quota article. We got some updates in regards to Elden Ring. It has been confirmed that DLC is releasing later this year. And then also they're going to be implementing duos, because right now you can only play solo or trio. I don't know what was like that, but they announced more DLCs coming as well as duo. And they're making fights harder. They're going to add different kind of things into the fight to make it more interesting. Elden Ring Night Rain kind of feels like Elden Ring's version of Monster Hunter, which I'm not mad at. Love Island is late and I'm about to riot. You'll be all right. Dang, nothing worse than seeing a motherfucker you despise winning. Real shit, real shit. And then last but not least, we're going to end it on a positive note. Despite what some people were saying, Elden Ring Night Rain, I mean, it depends on who you ask, because, you know, everybody's opinion changes. a couple weeks ago, Doom sold 3 million copies in like the first 3 days, and people said that was a failure. Elden Ring sold 3.5 million in the first couple days. They're calling it a success. I would call it a success. I don't know. The internet changes their opinion based on the agenda that they're trying to push, because you niggas is fucking dweebs and losers who are obsessed with numbers instead of quality products. But shout out to From Software for selling 3.5 million in the first few days. And frauds, yeah, and fucking frauds, because they don't play anything.